Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. That was the weirdest transition. It's supposed to slide in, and it just literally cut right in. But I'm always ready. I'm always on guard. It's 2020, bitches, and I am ready for the year. What's going on, boys? Welcome to 2020.
What's up, man? What's up?
Happy New Year, even though it's been like a week, but
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yep. New Year. New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Decade.
New decade, man.
Yeah, so we did not do a show last week. Oh, shit. We are loud on the mics.
We did not do a show last week because somebody was partying hard. Not me. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Andre. So
Ben was turning up.
No, I just had a day off.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, I had a day off, so what the hell is that banging noise?
I don't know. But anyway, Andre, you're back.
Yes, man. Yes. That's why I got here early today, bro. Like, we're starting at past time, but I still got here early because I miss my bros, man. Like, you get when you have to do so much, it's like, dude, like to pull you away from the gaming and not have my time like I normally have, and then not chill with my brothers. Got a lot to get off your chest. This top game list is huge. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad to be back, man.
We had a big day today with the Poke Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Big.
Yep. Damn.
You know, I was
Kids gotta play basketball.
Who playing basketball?
Can you hear it, Kyle? As long as you can't hear it, we good.
Yeah.
We good.
So you can't hear it that well?
No, I can hear the basketball, but
Hold on, let me
I'm
see
not
if I can
worried
adjust
about it.
that. Hold on a second. You guys keep going. Talk about how you ended your year. Talk about how you ended your year. I'll be right back.
how we ended the decade? Damn.
Gaming wise, I ended the year. Kyle, you're gonna actually be happy with this. I've been playing a lot of Link's Awakening, like a lot of Wiggles. Like I'm like halfway through the game now.
Nice.
With doing as much as I've been doing, the breaks that I have had, it's been on Link's Awakening, and I must say, I'm hoping my theory, Kyle, is true. Remember I told you in Van, I'm really hoping that this is the new formula to bring back all the old Zeldas, like what do you call it? Link to the Past. Oracle season, because those are games you didn't get to play. You know what I mean? Like some people did. I didn't mess with all those Zeldas. So I've been real busy with Link's Awakening. And I must say I am super impressed. Like Link's Awakening could have been a Game of the Year nominee for me. It's just the idea and the things they change and how they mix Mario's universe into the game. Fire, dude. Like I didn't think they was gonna do it that much, but they mixed the Mario universe into the Zelda universe so well, almost like Mario Maker did. Link's Awakening is a really great surprise, and like I said, I hope they bring back Oracle Seasons, Minish Cap, and they do them the same way as this. Clay Link, I'm rooting for Clay Link now. I think that's the new former Link.
Oh, for a sec, I thought you were gonna say that's the new Smash character.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
I'd have been like, what?
If they did that, I'd be pissed because you know what's funny? In the game, there's some parts you go sideways, like a sideways scroller, and he actually has up airs and all that type of stuff when you go in that mode. So that could happen, but they better not do that in Smash. Everybody been waiting for Skull Kid or something. Like, don't do that. But anyways, Link's Awakening has been taking all my time, and y'all will not believe what game I just started getting back into because it's on sale. Y'all, Van's gonna shoot me when I say this game, but I've been playing Battlefront 2 again.
Hey, when is that game not on sale?
Well, the reason I got back into it.
What is a sale for that game?
I know it's still
exactly.
It's still $25. That's the sale for it right now. But I got back into it because they unleashed new DLC that revolves around the new movie characters, and they're playable and they added new maps and stuff. So me and my brother was like, let's just try it. And I must say,
the game was always good. The game wasn't the problem. The game was fantastic. It was the transactions.
Yes.
Was bad. The loot boxes was nightmarish.
Yeah. So I've been playing Link's Awakening and Battlefront 2.
That game single-handedly caused people to want to create a law for it. Single-handedly.
True.
Who does that?
Very true.
So, but yeah. So we're in 2020, bitches. In case you didn't know. And our first topic of the day is the new Batman game in works.
Now, you know me and you, especially. I know Kyle's a gamer, so he's excited regardless. But me and Van, Batman holds a special place in our heart. These Batman games are what the movies need to be. These Batman games are the formula for the new Spider-Man, for all these other games they're going to try to come out with. And me and Van being probably the only, 5 people in the world that was obsessed with Arkham Knight, because people didn't like Arkham Knight, because especially PC players, they bashed it because it flopped on the PC. It didn't even come out on it. So it got an unfair shake, but the game itself, all the Batman games, or Arkham Asylum started it all. Arkham City was fire. Arkham Knight was fire. This is the first trilogy, I should say. Well, now with the 4th one coming, and Origins came out. But this is the first games I gave in a set row 10s back-to-back. Asylum 10, City 10, and Night 10. Normally it's like this one's better. Like Mass Effect, Kyle. I don't know if you're a Mass Effect fan, but you go Mass Effect 1, really good. Mass Effect 2, one of the best games ever made. Then Mass Effect 3, what the heck? No, Mass Effect 3, another good one. It's Andromeda that was the, what did y'all do?
Well, Mass Effect 3 was, I heard, was okay.
Yeah.
And then, that whole thing with the ending.
Yep. But at least they changed that. They changed it.
They changed it, but, a little too late. And then Mass Effect Andromeda, forget it.
But a Batman game, it's a tease, and they did say on Twitter, this is definitely happening. There's been rumors about it now before to be closer. I'm hoping it's the E3 reveal for it. And it's a new game coming out this year. One thing about these Batman games is when they do announce them or a leak happens, they literally come out the same year. So, love to see this next gen, Kyle. All I kept thinking the whole time was, this is a perfect game to try out on the next Xbox, the next PlayStation. This is big. So,
this will definitely, if it's true, this is definitely next gen. No question.
Yeah.
It's definitely next gen. There's no way they're going to release a Batman game right now.
Yeah.
Towards the technical end of this generation.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to lead it into the next gen.
I could just picture how beautiful. I could just picture how beautiful it's going to look on the next Xbox and PS5. Like, Batman already was ahead of its time when they were making them. So this one on the next gen and it being advertised for next gen, like I said, E3, this either Sony or Microsoft's going to just have this come out.
So I'm very interested in what they're going to do with the Court of Owls because, all right, so a lot of games like this, a lot of movies, comic book movies and stuff, they're starting to venture in the land for the hardcore comic book people. So that can be a little dangerous because not a whole lot of people know who the Court of Owls are. Right. It took a lot of people to understand who Ra's al Ghul was because Ra's al Ghul was never really the most popular character. He wasn't in the commercial or pop culture version of Batman. So I think that was a big culture shock for everybody. And then now for the last maybe 9 years, maybe even 10 years, we were just thrown Ra's al Ghul a million times. So it was just like, God, like, I personally, I'm sick of Ra's al Ghul being the bad guy.
They're starting to milk it now.
So now they're going to come into the Court of Owls, and it's just like, it's the same thing, kind of getting in something new. But if this is following the same Arkham series, Arkham has been fantastic because they've thrown every Batman villain at you without being repetitive. The Dark Knight, Slade, they'll take a game and they'll throw all the bad guys, the regular bad guys in it, but then they'll take one big baddie and put him in, and then the big baddie is always like a kind of a surprise one. My favorite bad guy so far from the Arkham series, and it's more because of the design that they made him, is what's his name? The Killer Croc.
They did him so
Killer Croc was fantastic.
Just because you're in the prison and in the prison, they have a little water habitat for him to keep him alive.
That was like one of the hardest stages in that fucking game. But the way they designed him was awesome. Bane was cool. I really liked Bane.
Arkham Knight was nice.
Joker, obviously, to me, is technically the best. The best that they've had. So
Arkham Knight was dope too.
But they've been teasing this for a very long time though. Like there's been like rumors and leaks going for a while, so we kind of knew this was happening. And now they're just kind of doing this. Like the leak got leaked mad early. Because then we kept saying, oh, it's going to be this event. It's going to be this event. It's going to be this event. and now they finally are like, hey, they gave us a little something.
Like I told Kyle, I'll be at E3 this year, showing off on the new consoles.
I mean, I hope. I hope.
Right.
I mean, I want to know how early in production this game really is. If it could have leaked.
They had a lot of years off.
Yeah.
They Arkham Knight came out in what, 11, 12?
I can't remember.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So but yeah, this is exciting. So, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about with that?
Nah.
Should be quite interesting. I think it's overdue for a Batman game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love the Batman games.
I gave all them 10s. I was just talking.
DC needs to come out with something like some fire in the video game world right now. I think.
Yeah.
I think something, but they need to come out with something. Other than Batman, like Batman's so Batman's so good. I almost want to say like it's no longer DC when it comes to games. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like Spider-Man, right? With video games. That's why I was so disappointed to see them do a Spider-Man game. It's because like, okay, we got a lot of Spider-Man games. Like, how many Spider-Man games do we need? Honestly, like
you're gonna be brave enough to step out on another hero.
Yeah.
When you're gonna say, let's try Flash. When you're gonna say, let's try.
I would love a Flash game.
Flash would be fire.
I'd love a Flash game, or even a good Superman movie. Game. Like, give us a good Superman game. Like, what? No, but what? Listen, look at all the technology you have. You telling me you can't make a good Superman game?
Well, here's the problem I have with Superman, though, as far as like being in a video game, is that like every time they've tried to use him, it's been bad.
But that's what I mean. They need to redeem themselves.
You know who did it good? When they did the Wolverine game.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I didn't say Wolverine, because that Wolverine game is a very underrated game.
They did that game really, really well.
Yeah.
They had blood.
No one talks about it. No one really talks about that.
Remember that game, Kyle? Wolverine the game.
Hulk is another one.
The Origins game. Yeah, well,
Hulk and Superman are so overpowered that it's almost like when you make those type of games, you're making a Grand Theft Auto.
But like Hulk was so good. Hulk was so good.
You got the buildings. You got the
So you can blow it out of the water. You know, like look at they got Dragon Ball. So why can't you do Superman?
It's true.
You know what I mean?
The Dragon Ball games are a little.
We don't know if we got Dragon Ball yet. Let's wait to see how Kakarot plays. We don't know if we got. You know my model, man. Anime games are bad.
Yeah.
So all right. So what I played at West, not sold. not sold on it.
Remember, I told you I played it at E3 and I thought it was so empty. But
that's true. You did play it.
They're showing a lot of stuff lately. Me being a Dragon Ball fan, I'm trying to be hyped, but the fact that they said that in order to fight certain people, you have to be a certain level, that means I got to do a lot of grinding. And they were showing like what you have to do to grind, like you fight dinosaurs and you can't.
I just don't get why I can't do it.
You can't punch them.
Depends on how long the grind is, too.
You can't punch the dinosaurs. You have to only use key blasts on them. Like I'm like, oh no. Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get why they can't do it. But I like to see another Batman. I like a different other than Batman. Like I'd love to see a new hero from DC. Like you have Shazam. You know what I mean? Like you have like you said, Flash. You have Green Lantern.
Green Lantern would work because Green Lantern has different universes.
That would be dope. Yeah. Green Lantern would be dope.
People are too scary, man.
Going against that's got to be like one of the easiest games that you could make. But everyone's afraid because it's the hero that people don't talk about. Yeah. And make them talk about it. Make them talk about it.
Think about this. Back in the 64 era, I feel like they made so much games that people got overwhelmed with how much games they had to get. Even if the games sucked, like games like Quest 64 was coming out with Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. No one really played Quest 64 a lot, but they kept content. And it's like now people are so afraid to fail that they're sticking to, like I said, with Call of Duty. Instead of when they started going out of space and stuff, instead of saying this is the new shooter type game called friggin' Future War or something, they have to stick Call of Duty on it every year because they're too afraid to branch off. That aggravates the hell out of me because it's like, y'all have the freaking money, man. Yep. Do something. If it's DC, if you already have Batman, why in the world can you not use another DC character and do the same? No one would even be mad. No one would be mad if they took the same format of Arkham but just put another hero there. No one would be mad at that. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be mad? They're get a few fans that are like, Arkham's better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they can even start the Nightwing, but it's still in that Batman line, so I'd like to stay away from that. With Moon Knight coming out, I'd like to see Moon Knight, but again, that's still Batman-ish, so like, right. I really wouldn't want to see that. I just want to see something different. That's it. I want to see something different.
I'm with you on that.
A Flash is something different, you know.
Flash could
Green
really
Lantern
work,
is
man.
something really different. And even in the Marvel universe, you could do like Guardians of the Galaxy, which what happened with that? Like, weren't they supposed to do like a Guardian of the Galaxy thing?
Only the Telltale.
No, they did a Telltale game.
Oh, that's right. They did do a Telltale. It was a Telltale game. That's right. They did announce that. So, speaking of Avengers, we haven't heard anything new about that game. It has been really quiet.
It's been actually a little too quiet for a game that's coming out in May.
I'm about to say it is coming out in May.
That game comes out in May, and it's been really quiet.
I
forgot about it.
It has been really quiet.
I actually forgot about it. You know what they got to do? They have to now give us like a direct for that.
Yeah.
We need something that's talking about that
It
game.
has been, now that we're talking about this,
I didn't
holy
think about
shit.
that. I didn't think about
For
that.
a game that's in production for as big as it's supposed to be.
That comes out in May.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they need to give us a long trailer, like a 20-minute trailer explaining this game, because people still don't even know what it is.
The last trailer, they said that people did feel better about it.
Yeah, but still, I agree with you. We need some more stuff. We need to know how the online, the co-op,
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
They got a lot of question marks.
I
So.
forgot that game existed. And I sat in that freaking room for 3 hours just to see the first sneak of that movie. I could have been playing Cyberpunk.
See, I'm okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the Avengers. That's something different. That's going to be something different. So I'm interested to see how that works.
I just want to know how long it's going to be, how long they plan on keeping content.
I mean, they already talked about a lot of content.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big thing that they talked about because they said that they already announced their first DLC, which is Ant-Man and Wasp, which is cool because Ant-Man's not really a big, super popular character. So I like that.
Yeah. Marvel, y'all got some work to do.
Rudd. It was Rudd, right? Rudd he's fantastic. I love him.
Rudd,
I've heard that I have to watch his new Netflix series. I heard it's hilarious. Living with Yourself or something like that. It's so funny. It's supposed to be wicked
I'll
funny.
have to see it.
Yeah, my brother told me about it. So, are we ready for the big topic?
I'm about to say, hey, Andre, you know what? Speaking of directs, it's the first segue of the decade.
Uh-oh. There it is. They already have a new one today.
Segue right into the next topic.
What a lovely topic.
The Nintendo, our people, Nintendo did a surprise Pokemon Direct.
Yes.
They announced it yesterday and did it today. A lot to talk about. All I'm going to say to start this conversation off is, first, I told you so. That's a very important phrase to remember. I told you so. We can go back during our rant, my rant specifically, about all the people that were upset about this game before it even came out. And number two, holy shit. I was told to go get a second pair of underwear before I watch it, and I was pleased. It was definitely something that pleased me a lot. And I haven't read anything as far as the overall review on what people think or how people feel. I haven't seen any of that. So all in all, a lot to take in this one. And if you weren't paying attention, you probably missed a lot. Because they didn't say, they showed more than they said. Just put it that way. They showed a lot more than what they said. Ivysaur? Blastoids?
Crazy.
That's what I'm going to say. Before we start the conversation, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. That was big, man. That was big.
Yeah, huge. Huge. So, but why don't you break us into this topic? Let me pull up the video. Oh, you know what? Let me
Welcome
mute
to
the
the
video.
Pokemon Direct. I'm Nishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Every time they have a direct.
In today's broadcast,
I'm going to mute that. All right. So, Kyle, since this is your big thing, why don't you get into it?
Oh, with pleasure. So, the Pokemon Direct. As Van said, he needed a second pair of underwear. And yeah. So some shit went down. First of all, this lovely thing that got revealed. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, for everybody that remembers the Mystery Dungeon games. This is now getting a deluxe version, which I will say looks very nice. It does look very, very, very nice. So back in 2006, as it showed, They did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue. I never really got into the Mystery Dungeon games myself, but I know it was extremely popular within the Pokemon community. This is actually the first time you see Pokemon talking to each other, other than the movie. But
yeah, I wasn't a fan of this.
Other than the Pokemon movie in 2000, but that doesn't count. Anyway, so it's actually interesting to see Mystery Dungeon with some of the things they're doing in it, because I noticed just around in that trailer, and I saw it before, was the fact that there are like things like mega evolutions in it.
Yeah.
Which I was like, damn, really? I was like, where are the mega evolutions in Sword and Shield?
I know, right?
Oh, man. That was like the one thing, not to get into Sword and Shield right now, but that was like the one thing where I was like, why didn't they just stick with like mega evolutions in like Sword and Shield? Because I love the mega evolutions in X and Y.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great concept. I think it's a concept that could have stuck. That could have stuck with the community, because I know a lot of people loved it and stuff. So, but needless to say, I mean, it looks wonderful. It seems like they're combining, obviously, you know, the red version and the blue version with the deluxe version. So it should be quite interesting to see how that game goes.
Yeah, I'm not a big
demo comes out. Demo is released today, so you can try out the demo, and you can bring your save data over as well from the demo when you play it today. So definitely something I'm going to check out later.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Mystery Dungeon, but I mean, for anyone that was, like you said, the community loves that game, so I'm happy for them because they've been wanting this game. So, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. So that was the first announcement, and then the rest of the time was Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Which I was actually surprised, because I swear they were going to talk about Pokemon Sleep.
We both
and
thought they
Pokemon
were.
Home. Which they kind of did talk about Home, and they provided a mini update on what else it's going to have. Which I was like, oh shit. Which I thought was really cool. So we'll get to that in a minute. So they talk about Sword and Shield. They revealed that an expansion pass is coming. We kind of knew an expansion pass would probably be coming for this game because it's a very large game, but we didn't realize what the hell actually they were going to put in these expansion packs. So there will be not one, but two parts to the expansion pass.
Fire.
The first expansion that you will get is called the Isle of Armor. And then the second expansion that you will get is the Crown of Tundra. So, this is some crazy shit. If you didn't watch the direct, they're going to get into it like a little bit with the video. Just to give a quick background of it, on the Isle of Armor, you are on a new island on the outskirts of oh my god, I always said Galar, and its story focuses on themes, I'm reading from the article, themes of growth. According to developers, it's filled with beautiful nature, bogs, caves, and dunes. As announced during the stream, in a dojo for Pokemon battles, you will meet your new and powerful mentor. Where do they come up with these names, by the way? The man's name is Mustard. The expansion comes with new rivals as well. Clara, who is a poison type. If you have Sword, that will be your rival. And Avery is a psychic type. If you have Shield, that will be your rival for the Isle of Armor. You also... Okay. The new Pokemon that you will get in the Isle of Armor is dope. His name, I believe, is Cubfu. Can I get clarification on that one?
You talking about the mentor?
No. I'm talking about the Pokemon.
Oh, Cubfu. Yeah,
It's
something
Cubfu.
Fu.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you get a Pokemon Cubfu. Cubfu looks dope.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
super
check.
amped. I'm super amped about Kung Fu. Cub Fu, whatever.
Kung Fu. First nickname, Kung Fu. But the better part of Kung Fu is that when it evolves. Oh my god, I already forgot the evolution's name. It's it doesn't begin with an X. I already forgot.
Oh, it shows up in there, but it's blocked in chat.
I'm about to say, what's this?
So sorry guys, I'm trying to find. All right, so Kung Fu, a bear-like and fighting type will be available in Isle of Armor, and the big-headed. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna have to try to find or if one of you guys can try to find the evolution's name. Basically, the evolution of Kung Fu has two different forms.
That's dope.
One is what is it called? It was called the single strike form, which is consists of it becomes a fighting dark type, which I thought was quite interesting because that pretty much will give psychic Pokemon a big issue, especially. And then the other form, is fighting water. Yeah, fighting water.
I'm trying to look for Kung Fu's form's name.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, evolves in two forms: fighting dark and fighting water, which is technically called Dwole.
That's his name?
Not called Dwole, but he's here. Still hasn't watched the direct. Well, go watch the damn direct and come back. No.
So Kung Fu, you're talking about the Mega Evolution where it turns into?
Yeah, the actual...
Your Shufu.
Yeah.
Urshifu.
Oh, Urshifu. Okay.
Urshifu, yeah. And then there's two different style Urshifus. There's
that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
The fighting dark
Single
type
strike style and rapid strike style.
and rapid strike style.
Yep.
Fighting dark and fighting water.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about fighting water. Only because it doesn't give them a lot more advantages.
Mm-hmm.
It only adds like what, 2? Yeah, fire and ground as far as water. Fighting already takes out rock, which is a weakness to water anyway. So like the fighting water style, I mean, I'll still build it because it's a water type, but I don't know. I'm kind of favoring the fighting dark because it has advantages over things like psychic type, because psychic doesn't hit dark types at all. So your psychic type Pokemon are kind of screwed with them. But other fighting types will have a field day with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks amazing. The Pokemon looks cool. Can't wait to go on. This is how in depth I get. I can't wait to go on Cerebi and look at its stats and see what its max stats are and all that fun stuff. So anyway, you get that in the Isle of Armor. And I also believe that, if I saw it correctly during the direct, that Registeel, Regice, and Regirock are all on the Isle of Armor. Which is very interesting because now we're adding more legendaries, which we'll get to more of that when we talk about, what the hell's the other one already called? Crown of Tundra. All right. So your thoughts on Isle of Armor?
It looks really big. I think it looks like it's got tons. I love the Kung Fu style crap that they have going on. That the outfit is like dope. Anime. I love the yellow, black.
Mustard.
Yep. Everything about it just looks really, really cool. Really, really fun. I knew that they were going to add a ton more Pokemon, specifically the older ones. So I think that's dope. So with all that being said, I think it's going to be awesome. And I like how they're keeping it where they're going to give 2 different expansions, as well. is for the first part. Like, this is complicated. So they have 2 parts, 2 expansions for. We don't know what they're doing with part 2, if they're going to give 2 expansions for the part 2, but part 1 has 2 expansions, where one is for Sword and one's for Shield. So you're going to get different Pokemon still. So I like that they're sticking with that, and then they're also giving you new rivals.
Yes.
Yes,
that is a big thing. Is even with the expansions, certain Pokemon are going to be with the Sword version of Isle of Armor, and certain Pokemon are going to be in the Shield version of it. So I do like that. So a lot more Pokemon to be traded.
I think the first thing I thought of when I seen this actually was, okay, Pokemon finally doing what I've been saying for years. When are they going to be able to trust themselves enough to not have to keep coming out with a game where they can just keep adding to like a great one? And Sword and Shield seems like it's going to be that one. This whole year is Sword and Shield, new DLC for it. Then you got the second one. So I hope this is signs of what's to come for Pokemon. They keep going from here and just keep adding DLC to this. Like all these, games like Battlefront and them, they just keep adding DLC to them. I hope they don't have to they don't need a Sword and Shield 2 or Arrow and thing. Just keep adding to this. And it seems like this is their plan. To keep adding and keep building, then with Home coming out and all that type of stuff. So everything I seen on this, it's like we talked about it and we all kind of was like really hoping it was coming and praying that it was going to happen, and now seeing it, it's really cool to see, man. It's really cool to see, and they put a lot of love into it.
Yeah, they did. They did a lot to this.
It's like me and Kyle was saying earlier. A lot of people might now. Everyone's gonna always find something to complain about. So the new thing might be for people to say, I feel like I shouldn't have to pay for new Pokemon. You're not paying for 5 and 10 Pokemon, or 20 and 25 Pokemon, or 100 Pokemon. You're getting an additional 200 on top of a whole new region to explore, on top of a new mentor, even though his name's terrible, on top of getting Cubfu, which looks like one of the coolest Pokemon I've seen. He almost looks like a Digimon, kind of, to be honest with you. But I'm super pumped for this, man. I think to announce not just one expansion, but 2 in the same year, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I agree.
I don't want to see nobody complain. When I go on Twitter today, if I see anybody complaining, I'm literally going to just message them and be like, no, I'm going to retweet that tweet and be like, you're an idiot.
Bully, I agree. This isn't a character pack. Like it was.
It's a whole game.
It's a whole freaking game.
First of all, Dooley says it's like a generation or more worth of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you have 2 vast lands, which we have to talk about the Crown Tundra.
Sure.
Now, they didn't talk a whole lot about how big the maps are, but it looks pretty big because they showed a lot.
They give you an idea. They show so much. Like, one looks like a frozen tundra. The Crown Tundra they're showing right now looks like frozen lands and all that. They gave you the idea, like, even though this is artwork, they're giving you the idea, like, we're making it bigger. Like, we want y'all to have a whole bunch of replayability. Like, we want the replay value, and like Dolan just said, replay value.
Yeah, replay value.
That's what they want to do. And Sword and Shield's already good. It was already selling well. But this is just going to shoot it through the roof. We've been talking about it for a long time. This could be the best Pokemon of all time. Before this, it was already on the verge of being maybe like an 8.5 around there. It's a good game. They could do better. But now announcing this, shortly after the game released, the game just came out. Now to announce this right after, you just made it the best Pokemon game ever. And that Pokemon looks dope, too.
I'm not a fan of that one.
You don't like that one?
I'm not a fan of that one, yeah. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. It looks like it's going to be psychic.
It is, and it looks...
All right.
Oh, grass type.
The
Psychic grass.
now seeing the legs, I don't like the legs. The legs look very...
Yeah. Yeah, it looks a little...
So
weird.
the only problem I have with Calyrex is the fact that it is a psychic grass type, and I'm pretty sure there's already been a legendary that's grass psychic that came in Gen 2.
Yeah, that list is... Look at that.
I'm just gonna say Selby.
Look at all the legendaries. That
I heard they're taking fairy. Hold up, I'm gonna tell you right now. I just seen it on Twitter. Hold up.
And can I just say the customizing? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's so cool, man.
Oh my goodness.
Like all three of us are saying, this is a whole nother game. This is Sword and Shield 2 and 3 in the same year.
Pretty much. But so the interesting thing about the Tundra is that the Crown Tundra is that every legendary is back.
Has that been confirmed?
Yes.
They just showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
They
doesn't.
went through every single gen. They showed
all of them.
They showed the dogs.
Yeah.
From Gen 2. Do you know how much I love the dogs?
You're the dogs. And I'm the birds, Kyle. I always love the birds.
Everybody. All right, Andre. I'm gonna go on a little Pokemon right here.
Here we go.
Everybody loved the birds. Everybody was the birds. The birds. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. Everybody loved the birds. You know how I am. Not Mr. I feel follow the popular trend. I hate doing that. I always like to go against the customer. I always look for something different. I love the dogs. Suicune, Entei, and Reiko.
Yes.
Love the dogs. My opinion, I think the dog might be a little better than the birds.
I don't know about that. I don't know about Lugia, Ho-Ho, Moltres, Zapdos. Like, we don't do that.
No. Ho-Oh and Lugia are not involved. We're just simply talking the dog. Which, by the way, Lugia, damn.
Yeah.
Which is dope because they say 200 plus past.
Yeah.
They didn't even include the new ones. So we're getting 200 plus of the past. See, this is for everyone that was talking so much shit about the characters. They were coming. They were coming. Yes, you have to spend an extra $30. That's a lot of fucking Pokemon. You're getting a whole nother game.
Crazy.
Whole nother. Now confirm this. Can you confirm nor deny this? Right. The extra $30 is for both expansions, Part 1 and Part 2.
Yes.
That's crazy. I thought it was just. I thought each of them was going to be 30.
After the show.
Nope. $30 for both of them.
That's crazy.
After the show, you bet your ass I'm going to buy that. I ain't waiting.
That's insanity.
No, it's $30.
Honestly, they could have charged full price and I still would have supported it. They could have charged full price for this and I still would have supported it. For 2 expansion passes? What? Come on, man.
This is going to be unbelievable. The fact that, by the way, when it comes to the legendaries, you can catch them. This expansion isn't. No. So the first expansion is coming out in summer. Oh, no. You can prepay. You can pre-purchase it now.
Gosh.
But the first expansion comes out in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first expansion comes out in the summer, and then the second expansion, I believe, comes out not holiday. Comes out in the fall.
That's crazy.
So, by the way, all right. So, as far as the legendary goes, I believe that that's going to involve a lot of co-op. So, obviously, that means you can go with your friends into these dungeons, fight these legendaries, which I believe will be Gigantamaxed, and battle them, and you can catch them.
I like that, though, because it makes people want to do co-op, and it makes... This is what I always say with games that they don't do anymore. They don't have those fun aspects anymore. There's always a way to just buy your way into getting certain things in games now. You don't have to put in the grind no more. You don't have to really do nothing. But I like the fact that if you have to get legendaries playing co-op, I'm cool as hell with that. Like, I think that would be the dopest thing you can do.
I'll be invested in this all the time.
I hope they add time slots, too, where they're like, at this certain, like almost what they did with Pokemon Go. At 6 o'clock on this day, you have a chance at catching this I would love if they do things like that. I would love if they do that. If they're like, we have weekly events or monthly events. You want to catch I was just showing Van Kyle. I didn't see him. Van already seen him, and I'm sure you did. I didn't see the Galarian versions of them, like Galarian Articuno and Galarian Zapdos. And,
yeah, that was definitely Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres.
Yeah, they look ridiculous. So for me to earn them, make me earn those, and I'm fine with that. Make me have to beat a master at 12 o'clock or something. Make me have to freaking find this monster only on certain times. Monster Hunter even does that, where there's certain monster like, you can't find this monster unless it's 5 p.m. near grass. That's all they would give you. If you do that, you just keep making it go more and more. I'm not saying they would do that, but I would love if they did. So the co-op aspect, I was just thinking in my head, why would I play co-op with somebody? But if it's to earn a legendary,
Yeah.
I'll play with my little sister if I have to get that. Come on now.
Yeah, I love that idea. I love that they're doing that with, these raids, co-op raids. Go get
That's how
your
you do it, Kyle.
legendaries.
That's how you do it. They do it in all these MMOs that come out. They do it in every game now. Like they'll be like, oh, if you want to get an Elder Scrolls.
Should I keep that video going, Luke?
Yeah,
or...
just keep it going while we talk about it. In Elder Scrolls, there's a vampire, a werewolf. And if you want your character to be able to turn into that werewolf, at a certain time of night, you got to be at that area, and you have to kill him with a certain weapon. If you do, you get bit by him, and then you can turn your character into a wolf. If you take that aspect and do that with Pokemon, where it's like at 7 o'clock at night, you have a good chance of getting, I don't know, freaking like Umbreon.
Well, not to interrupt, but honestly, they've been doing that since Gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and add that to this now.
Like Dolly brought up, like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So this has been going on in Pokemon way before Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Back in Gold, they developed the time mechanic, where if you were playing at night, it was night, and you found certain Pokemon at night. That was when you could also evolve Umbreon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
this
saying.
Time and this time to get Umbreon, and then it was the same thing with Espeon.
Exactly.
Evolve them in a certain time, and you get Espeon. You can find certain Pokemon at night, find certain Pokemon during the day. Yeah, totally fell off at the Gold era.
No, I was the same.
I'm so sorry you fell off on Gold.
I stopped at Black Duel. I wasn't too far behind you. I mean, I stopped off at Black, but I regret it because now I'm unfamiliar with all these daggone Pokemon coming out. But it's also a good thing to us, Dolly. It's like someone that hasn't watched Game of Thrones yet. When you tell them to go watch it, guess what? They got 8 seasons to watch. It won't end well, but at least they got 8 seasons to watch. They got 8 seasons to watch. So, I mean, we got some catching up to do, Duel, but it'll be fun doing it. And it's on the go. So, yeah, and Cal, like you said, what they did in Gold, that aspect needs to be brought back into games in general. But Pokemon's the best to be able to do that because of the elements and because of the different types. And there's so much new ones to be introduced to. And the co-op dungeon got me super excited. I didn't know that until you just said it. That just made me bring this up even more because now we have a reason to go unlock certain things at certain times, and I'm definitely down for that. They should even do stuff like that where they're like, if you you and your friend do this at a certain amount of time, or you and your friend throw a Pokeball at a certain time, you have a better chance. There's a lot you can do with that, so I'm 100% for that, man.
Can I just say this too? This will be the last thing I talk about with Pokemon. The past Pokemon they're bringing back, I'm freaking hyped for some of them that I've seen.
Talk about it.
Some of them,
don't just.
Like, who was one of them? One of them was Kingdra, and I went, oh.
I was shocked at Kingdra.
I saw Kingdra, and I went, oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked at that.
Kingdra's a beast. So yeah, definitely gonna be on, which means Horsey and Seadra will probably be in this. So, just to let you know. What was another one? Now this one's Gen 6, but this Gen 6 was the how do I describe this? This was the Pidgey of the game in Gen 6, but this was no ordinary Pidgey. So one of the Pokemon I saw being drawn was Talonflame.
Yeah, that was
Talonflame. My goodness.
I didn't expect that.
Raised correctly, which I know how to raise that some bitch correctly. With its hidden ability, my God, that is a problem. You don't want to throw anything that a flying type will destroy out there. It will destroy it in 2 seconds. I saw Talonflame. Obviously, I saw Garchomp. So Garchomp's in it.
I got to say something because I didn't say it when you came in the room, and I just realized what's going on, Dolly. This entire time he's been in there, I haven't even said it.
You just realized.
No, I know. I've been reading his things the entire time and stuff. But I just realized I never said hi.
No, you never said that.
So I had to make sure I said hi.
Jolie said, just looked up Talonflame is bad. Yeah, Talonflame is badass. Look at its hidden ability, Jolie. If you want to look that up, look at its hidden ability. You'll want its hidden ability immediately. But yeah, Talonflame's in there. Garchomp's in there. I did see Nidorino. if you can evolve it into Nidoking can actually be really good if you raise it correctly, of course, like every other Pokemon.
Can we talk about the Gigantamaxes?
I was just looking
Can
at
we
them.
please fucking talk about the Gigantamaxes? What the hell?
Which specific ones would you be talking about, Van?
All of them. Gigantamax fucking Blastoids.
Blastoise looks hot. Blastoise looks insane.
What?
I was waiting for Van to bring up.
I'm not feeling the Ivysaur.
Oh, what is it? Ivysaur?
I'm not feeling that.
Oh, Venusaur. Venusaur. I'm sorry.
I'm not feeling that.
Notice they crossed though Snorlax too. Not Snorlax. Yeah, Snorlax. They crossed
his other stand-up one.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that though.
I like that.
I don't
that's
like
dope.
that little bell cut around the top 16 vibes. I hate that. I love the Blastoise joint.
I think that's dope.
But I don't like the.
And most importantly, the first 3 main characters from this game, they gave one to.
Yeah, they knew they did.
School Bunny all day. You hear that? You hear that?
Remember we were talking about the
School Bunny
evolutions?
all day. You dumbass, skinny ass, tower-looking ass, stupid ass Pokemon.
Hold up, didn't we, me, you, and Kyle was talking about who we thought was going to look the dopest, because we didn't know what the evolutions looked like.
Yep, and he is.
we were saying who was going to look the dopest.
Even though what's his face, his drum set is fucking fire.
Yeah, but he still looks whack compared to the rabbit. The rabbit looks the best.
Yeah.
What?
School Bunny.
You don't think School Bunny looks the best?
No.
Kyle, don't tell your little
Listen, the best final evolution, I'm with Dwoley on this one. It's got to be Grookey.
You said who?
Grookey.
So, all right. So, like I was saying, Grookey's cool because he's got the drum set and everything. Like the drum set's cool, but
My point.
in reality, like it.
I don't like him. I don't think he looks. I don't.
Exactly, he's about the Naruto run through the snow, Boston streets. Did it? I did it at PAX. That's why, man. Me and him have a connection.
Like, yeah.
Honestly, none of them look better than.
He's standing on a fireball.
Yeah. None of them look better than the older gens. I don't think they look better than the older gens. Any of them, besides Scorch Money. I think the rabbit looks the best.
And the gear is dope too.
Yeah.
The gear is dope. Hold on one second.
Kyle, you know what? I just looked at the picture, and like, even though you said it, re-looking at it just reminded me how unexpected that one was. That Kingdra one was really, really shocking. The Kingdra one was very, very shocking. Like, going back to look, that one was pretty crazy.
Dude, do you? Oh
Kyle, you know my favorite.
All right,
Kyle,
let me say something. Right
go ahead, because I want to say something to you after this one. Go ahead.
All right, so you see that stupid bunny, right? That stupid bunny that Van loves so much that I saw. The fact that I saw Kingdra, that bunny ain't gonna do nothing to Kingdra.
I mean, we're talking look-wise. Look-wise, he looks dope, but I mean, yeah.
No. I listen. We can talk about look-wise, but when we get into a battle, Scorpion ain't gonna do shit to Kingdra.
You got Kingdra now.
You slap a fire Pokemon.
Kyle said,
Kyle
you real happy about that bunny, but when he uses Kingdra, that's over for you.
Look at that, dude.
Fire types have no shot against Kingdra. Like 0 shot against.
Kyle, can I tell you this?
Yeah, but this is gonna be that's gonna be my main though.
Kyle, can I tell you this?
That's gonna be my main. That 100% is gonna be my main. But go ahead.
Can I tell you this, Kyle? Mm-hmm. What was your favorite Pokemon you've seen today?
Oh, shit.
I know it's tough, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about who. To me, I'm gonna tell you right off rip. The Galaga, the how do you pronounce them?
Gala.
The Gala version.
The Galarian.
The Galarian version. I think that Galarian Articuno looks ridiculous. I think the Galarian Articuno looks like.
I have to say the bear, the ninja bear.
He looks.
Yeah.
His second form looks like Digimon. Yo, his second form looks like it would be in Digimon. Like, he doesn't look
I'm just so into the martial arts stuff.
Yeah, that's what makes it dope. Like,
and then they have two styles.
Two stances. Like,
they have 2 different stance styles. That's dope.
That was crazy.
I would say. All right, so best looking one, I got to give it to Galarian Articuno.
Yeah, so you with me on that. That
Galarian Articuno. Like, I saw Galarian Articuno, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that thing looks crazy. And Moltres. Galarian Moltres looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Zapdos. Moltres was okay.
The Zapdos one looks worn down. Like, he doesn't look as good as Zapdos. To me, you gotta surprise me. You gotta look better than the older form.
Right.
And that Galarian Articuno looks better. And I
Damn.
love some Articuno.
I will say this, though. The one that I was happy to see, the one Pokemon I was happy to see, was Slowpoke.
I can't stand Slowpoke.
I love Slowpoke.
Give me Lickitung before Slowpoke, man.
Hell no! What?
Give me Lickitung before
No,
Slowpoke.
don't be disrespectful to Slowpoke.
That's
Lickitung.
all I gotta say is Lickitung made an appearance in a movie, not Slowpoke.
Slowpoke made an appearance in the show quite a few times.
Nah, he's about the show. They all made an appearance on the goddamn show.
Listen, but Slowpoke
Kyle, Lickitung is the freakiest Pokemon.
Lickitung
Is what is Lickitung? Is Lickitung a psychic?
Poison.
Is it poison? It's not psychic.
What's Lickitung, Kyle?
Lickitung is normal.
I didn't know that. I thought Lickitung was poison.
No, Lickitung's always been normal.
Yeah.
Thing is stupid. And its evolved form has the dumbest name ever.
Slowbro.
Slowbro is a great name compared to Licky Licky.
Oh, Licky, that's right, Licky, yeah.
Lickitung's the biggest freaking Pokemon. Leave that boy alone. And I know it's a boy.
Lickitung's evolved form name is literally like the lewdest name you can think of. Like it's right up Dwolly's alley.
Licky Licky!
That's like a pervert.
Yeah, Lickitung is a pervert. He just goes around licking people and they get paralyzed.
So are you finally saying that Slowpoke is better because
No. Lickitung would beat Slowpoke.
That's a daybreak drug.
Dwolly said he was distracted. Oh, we were just saying that your favorite Pokemon is the evolved form of Lickitung, which is
Licky Licky!
Dolan's like, I'm all about the Licky Licky.
Licky Licky!
The most
Digimon. That's a
lewdest name
Digimon.
ever.
That's
He looks
a
like
Digimon.
He looks like the
Look at that, dude.
He looks
He's
like that off of Bleach, the yellow bear off of Bleach.
He's like, let's go.
Urshifu looks amazing.
Like a Digimon.
Yeah, nah, he's dope. That's gonna be my new favorite Pokemon. Even his devolve form. Like, look at him. He's so cute.
Single strike.
He looks like an angry, cute person.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, you saying my tongue paralyzes people? I mean, that's what Lickitung does.
Yo, Lickitung's my boy.
Dolly is a
What
human
Licky
rape
does.
drug. rape drug. Bad joke.
Yeah, he does look like an arm wrestler.
Bad joke.
I mean, I would talk about Pokemon all day right now with these expansions. Definitely going to buy this right after. But
I think it's definitely worth. I think it's definitely worth.
this thing's worth 60, easy.
Yeah. You could charge full price in this game. Would have been fine. It would have been fine. People
would
would've paid it.
I would have paid it. Hell yeah.
It was trending on Twitter earlier because people were happy about it. That's a good thing. So.
Oh yeah. So, Pokemon, beautiful job. Oh, by the way, this is the actual last thing. So, Pokemon Home is going to be released in February. There will be more information on it prior to its release. But what it's looking like is the Pokemon that they are adding to the expansions will be able to be transferred over from Pokemon Home. And it said on, I don't know if this is clarified or not, but they did show Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee with the Pokemon Bank being able to transfer it over to Home.
That would make
I
sense.
don't know if that means that you can take Pokemon from those games that are now the Pokemon are added into the expansion. I don't know if it means that, but if it does, then Home just got much better than what it originally was promoted as.
Remember, I told you from the jump when we first heard of Home, it better be something you can put all your stuff through all your history in one big bank, pretty much.
Which they basically said you couldn't.
Yeah.
But maybe with this expansion, it'll allow you to.
Some wiggle room, just a little wiggle room to do something.
Maybe a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
We'll see though. They will have more information before the February release of Pokemon Home.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm excited. Mystery Dungeon, I'll have to try it out in the demo. Be interesting, but Pokemon, wonderful job.
Yeah.
Great job today.
I thought the direct was fantastic. I didn't think it was going to be that great. You know what I mean? And they did a fantastic job.
Same. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
Yep. They did a fantastic job.
All right. Boys, are we ready?
Yes.
So, this
Did you
took
put the
a lot
list
of time and effort. But we have come up with a conjoined list of the top 20
Oh, you
games.
didn't put the list up there?
Oh, I didn't. Did I not put the list up there?
No.
Don't you have the paper?
Dude, paper?
You didn't take a picture of it either.
I have it on the chat. The one thing I like about they added.
No, you do. It's not on the chat. The final list is not on the chat.
Oh, you did.
We did it by points, so we compared it to what you did, what I did, and what he did. We did it by. We made it by points.
So this is how, just to give.
I'll be right back before you get into that.
Go
ahead, break it down to him.
Established this conjoined top 20. We all made our own personal top 20 list.
Mm-hmm.
Andre went off the cusp a little bit, but we all made our own top 20 list, and then by a point system, we added points together for each game, depending on their rank. And due to this point system, we have now finally established a final conjoined list for PCG Live's top 20 games of the past decade, which I am sending the picture right now in Facebook chat.
All right.
You should be getting it. The final list is on the right.
All right, I got it.
All right. Should we wait for Van?
I mean, you're starting from the lowest, right?
Yeah, I'm starting from the lowest.
Well, he just came in, so.
Oh, is he coming in? I actually forgot to do an honorable mention list for myself, but we can do that in a bit. All right. So the top 20 games of the past decade.
Top 20.
The number 20 game had to be decided by a vote, actually, because there was another game involved, but it was a 2-1 vote. And number 20 was Rocket League.
Yep.
I hated it. I didn't want it on the list, but
poor Van was like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to regret this decision, pretty much.
But had to. It had to be at least on the list.
Yeah.
It became way too big. Esports. It came way too big. In the housewise. Everybody wanted to play it.
There's a difference between your top 20 and what you know is kind of the top 20. There's a big difference.
Yes. This is what the list is, pretty much.
Yeah. Rocket League makes sense. It has to be in that top 20 for the decade. It has to be.
Rocket League. I know you two don't like it, but Rocket League is an amazing game. It definitely brought something new to the multiplayer world.
I agree.
And it exploded big time for indie games as far as multiplayer goes. For indies. So, number 20, Rocket League. Number 19, Red Dead Redemption 1. It was kind of hard to determine which one I wanted to pick between 1 and 2. Even though I didn't play 2, but I've seen enough gameplay with 2. But for me, well, I should say all of us. I don't know. I just felt like Red Dead 1 was better. I just felt like the story was better. The things that you could do in the game was better. They took out a lot of things that were in 1 and didn't put them in 2. Like games like oh my god, what the hell's the mini game? Liar's Dice. Like things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Red Dead honestly deserves to be higher. Like Red Dead could be in the, especially 1. Red Dead 1 could be in the top 10 of the decade. But when you have as much games that have come out, I can understand it because you have games that were, bigger in ways. But, it's just like making a movie list. It's hard. In a decade, it's very, very hard to weigh down. Because when you're saying Red Dead, you're talking Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 was more creative and more open than Red Dead 1. But that's not always a better thing. Red Dead Original was so good. Red Dead Original was so good. It was unmatched. You couldn't, But, I would personally have Red Dead way higher in the list.
Red Dead is so good that it made number 2 overly hyped. I think Red Dead 1 was bad for Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Because the
Makes sense?
expectations were through the roof.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what me and you were talking about before, Kyle, when you were asking which one do I think should make the list. And I was like, Red Dead 1 made Red Dead 2 good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And then they changed the whole format, and the format was a lot slower paced than the old Red Dead. So
I agree. I agree. Dwally calling me all right now because I haven't played Red Dead 2 yet. That's a long investment, Dwally.
A real long investment.
Real long.
Great game. Like I said, I gave it a 10, but you got to have patience and a lot of time and a lot of get ready for a lot of dialogue while you're riding your horse.
Yes. Number 18, Fallout 4.
I didn't even want to put this game up here, to be honest. I'd rather have put in Fallout Vegas instead of this. But because alone of modding being brought to the consoles, that blew this game up tremendously.
And I'm with you. I would have did Vegas also over this one, but Fallout 4 had the bigger.
Fucking Dolly's looking for a rise.
Fallout 4 had the bigger boost, I should say.
Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead, Kyle.
What?
I can see you want to say something.
Oh, that was what? Death Stranding? No. Dwally knows. He's like, nope. No. No, I agree. Fallout 4 pretty much brought like modding into the Fallout world and made it super popular.
To console. To console.
To console, yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to break your heart? Oh, yeah, I already know. I'd say that Death Stranding may be my game of the year for 2019. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I mean, you know, sometimes you have good taste, but then sometimes I seriously question your taste, you know? But anyway. Fallout 4, number 18.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17. You'll like this. Actually, Dwally, I think we'll like this one. Number 17 is Telltale Walking Dead.
It makes sense.
I think it's great because it did something for indie games that it really brought indie games out even more.
That's true.
This studio became huge off this title mainly. The Walking Dead is what put it out there.
That's true.
Yep.
I can't argue that.
Yeah, obviously this was the first Telltale game that came out, and it just came out to such praise, and it was different for its time. The story was wonderful. Basically putting you on the cusp of like making those decisions really was like you like cringe because you didn't want to make some of those decisions.
And the outcomes really mattered in it too. That's what made it so great.
So many different outcomes and stuff. This is what led to games.
Yeah.
Like Life is Strange.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
it's true.
Definitely deserves to be on this list.
Yep.
Telltale Walking Dead. Number 17. Number 16. Resident Evil 2 remake. God damn that game. That game scared the shit out of me.
The classic was great, and they did even better remaking it. This game blew up so quick just off the remake by itself. Yep. It did so well. Definitely, it was amazing. It was amazing. For it to be such an old game and come back with a remake just as strong and make in the nominees for Game of the Year.
Yep.
I think that says a lot.
Yeah, it does.
I think the one thing that I love about this game is that
it's gonna do it to you.
It really brought back the horror of Resident Evil with the over-the-shoulder thing.
Yep.
Like Resident Evil 7 brought the first-person view because they wanted to establish like VR and stuff. But this really brought back the horror feel with using the over-the-shoulder that Resident Evil 4 had.
It was so good, they decided we're going to make a part 3. Which means
remaking Resident Evil 3.
And the fact that they're doing that, you got to think, they were so confident in Resident Evil 2 being well, because Resident Evil 3 was shortly behind. So that means they already were developing 3 right behind it. Like, we know this is going to be good. Res 2 definitely deserves to be on this list. Yeah. Can't even lie.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Number 15 was the 2019 Game of the Year, Sekiro.
Can I explain why this is in a good spot? I love Sekiro, and I recently bought it. And I'm all for difficult games. Cuphead, Battletoads, keep going. But when you have a game that's this damn hard, and there ain't no other option out of it, like this is what you got to deal with, that's like if all the games below it said the same thing. Like, we're going to make this game so hard that it's made to give you a tumor. Like Ninja Gaiden, Black. That cow got to still beat.
God.
But when you do that with a game and you make Sekiro so freaking hard, like, I'm cool with a challenge, Kyle. Like, Cuphead is the challenge, but there's a way. But Sekiro, I only had it for, a week now? 2 weeks now? I just got it. But I haven't played it because I've been playing Link's Awakening. But I know I'm gonna beat the game. But when I say this game is tough as nails, it is tough. And like not your normal person can just jump into this game. Almost every game on this list, you can kind of jump into it in some form or way. But you ain't just jumping into Sekiro. You can try. You ain't just jumping. Play Dark Souls. You play all. It is tough. So I see it getting Game of the Year. But I think it's perfectly placed on the list. It's not when people see what these other ones above this are, you'll understand.
Very tough game, obviously. I definitely want to play it. And I totally understand where Dooley's coming from when he said, he was never in the mood to play that type of game. You really have to be one of those people that wants a challenge.
Yeah.
And is going to invest a stupid amount of time into those challenges. Hence me and Andre, because we're dumb enough to play games like Ninja Gaiden Black on Master Ninja and be like, I'm not stopping till I beat it. And it's going to take forever because it's so freaking hard.
Yep.
But we're the dumbasses that's like, hey, I'm going to do this. I know I can beat it, and we're up for the challenge. So you really have to be invested into the game and want that challenge.
And
otherwise, it's just you're not gonna want to play it.
And Doyle, like I said, when I say it's not a game that anyone can jump into, I'm comparing if I had friends over my house and said, do you guys want to try this game? If I showed them something like Ninja Gaiden, they could pick up and hit a few combos. Sekiro, you're not just gonna pick up and win a battle. You have to know your defense. You have to know your timing. That's why I'm like, Sekiro, a lot of people want a normal mode at least. A lot of people want a normal difficulty mode for Sekiro. Will the game be as good? I don't know. But I know I would play it more if there was a normal. But overall, great game. I think it's the perfect spot on the list. Some people might put it higher, but we can't. With some of these games on here, you just can't.
Van, any thoughts?
Sekiro is, it opened up such a... That's what we're talking about, Sekiro, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was going to say we were talking about Sakura, right? Didn't change the game on me. Yeah, no, I think the game opened up a lot of new things with that Dark Souls-like feel. I love ninjas. I think most people love ninjas, the samurai, and put the Dark Soul hardness and the feel and the controls and make it better and then put it in the samurai thing. I think you have an amazing story. I think the story is really what made that game go over the edge. Dark Souls is it's good. It's a good story, but there's nothing like a good Eastern world story because there's just so much that's always involved in it. And then the graphics are just amazing. We talked about the game before it even came out.
We already knew. Me, you, and Kyle was like, this is going to be one of them GOT type joints. So
yep.
I'm glad it won. Like I said, I'm glad it won. Complete different game won. I'm happy for it.
All right. Sekiro, number 15. Number 14. is probably one of the games that got snubbed the most this year. Van's personal game of the year. Devil May Cry 5.
For me, to have the franchise come back after so long and hit the nail right on the head with taking all the characters from all the stories, merge them together, and be able to take an amazing control scheme and improve it. That's incredible. That's incredible. I've always been a Devil May Cry fan, so for me, it's more about the Devil May Cry series. But I had to pick one because Kyle made me. To me, it makes the most sense.
Dante's coming to Smash.
I'm about to say, oh my god.
I had to say it, Kyle.
Devil May Cry is one of those series that I've always said to myself, I have to play, and I have started playing. I'm actually starting off with 3 and going the story that way, because 3 technically starts the story, and then it goes 1, 2, and the rest of them like that.
Yeah.
So that's something on the side I'm playing, but Devil May Cry 5, the stuff I got to play at South, like, it flowed so well. The combos were so good. The music's amazing. To me, that game, I've said it numerous times, that game should have been up for Game of the Year. That game was unbelievable.
Listen, Kyle, I beat that joint, and I couldn't agree more. I beat that whole game, and I enjoyed every minute of it. The music was amazing while you're playing. It was really cool. It wasn't like the other Devil May Cry that flopped. It was really good, man. I have nothing. Devil May Cry was a great game, man.
Yep. So I can't wait to get into that one. So
yeah.
Devil May Cry 5:14. Oh boy. Number 13.
This is blasphemy. This is
point system, man. I'm just saying.
This is blasphemy.
But number 13.
You can hate it or love it, man. You can hate it or love it.
But it's Fortnite.
Oh my god.
One of the most popular video games out there right now.
I mean, all right. So all 3 of us, we don't play Fortnite. We're gonna be real about that. We don't play Fortnite.
So with saying that, though. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Go ahead.
You have to respect how it basically finally put the Battle Royale genre and made it a genre on the map. Yes, there was PUBG. Before that, there was H1Z1. But nothing brought the Battle Royale genre to its popularity this much than Fortnite did. PUBG was close. PUBG was actually up for Game of the Year in 2017, but for me, Fortnite just took it to that ridiculous level. So, I mean, you have to put it on there.
So, to go off of what Dolly said, trying to figure out how I can say this. I agree and I disagree. I agree with you because, it made it more commercial, in the sense of because now the younger generation, parents are more aware. But esports was already very, very high. There was a lot of gears that were turning. And if you think about it, there was only one Fortnite major. Meanwhile, all these other esports like Evo and stuff have been getting television deals before Fortnite. So, like, Disney has been signing Evo for Smash Brothers and things like that. So I get what you're saying. So in a sense, it did put it more in the mainstream, but not by itself. But it definitely was a 10 fingers up, if that makes any sense. It was a part of the 10 fingers, where that saying comes from.
This is my problem with Fortnite. The reason it has to be on this list, unfortunately, because like I said, there's a difference between our top 20 list and what has to be on the list. Fortnite wouldn't even be in my top. Fortnite would be in my top 50 if it was my choice. But because of what it is, it did make big. But this is the unfair part about Fortnite. If PUBG had got Ninja to play and play with Drake, it would have been the same thing. It was because Ninja was that big platform for them, that big thing with Drake. That's what pushed Fortnite, like, through the roof. Like, that literally was the pushing edge for Fortnite. And I think it was an unfair thing because I feel like if Ninja played any other game, any other Battle Royale, if he did PUBG, if he did freaking Tetris 99, it would have been the biggest. And that opened up the door for a game. And it got parents involved, celebrities involved, people that wanted to win money involved. So for me, yes, impact-wise, if this was an impact list, then yes. But because it's the game, I hate Fortnite with a passion. My kids are nasty at Fortnite. Like, my son is top-tier player in Fortnite, 10 years old. But I hate every bit of it. The only thing I respect about Fortnite is that they keep the content fresh, the updating and all that type of stuff. I respect that. But I can't respect the game that no one was playing when it was the Horde mode. I was the one that bought an original version when Fortnite first came out when it was just the Horde mode. But because they see how well PUBG was, Epic was like, hey, let's take advantage of these this art and this style we have and do what PUBG couldn't. Let's make it kid-friendly. Let's keep it updated. Let's get Ninja to play with Drake. Let's do that. So to me, it was almost like, do I give it its respect or do I just say, it only got that because this happened to be the game that blew up because celebrities showed a lot of love to it. So like I said, when this game first came out, it wasn't even a battle royale. It was literally a survival game. Nobody played it. Nobody played the game. If you look at the player rating when it first came out, nobody played it, and it was $40. Then it comes out with a battle royale because it's copying PUBG, and they get Ninja to play it. It becomes the biggest thing ever, and that was the turning point. Ninja and Drake changed the whole aspect of Fortnite, and it got the push that it needed to rock it up. So for me, I just can't rock with Fortnite. I get it being on the list because every list that I've seen online, they're saying the same thing. But to me, impact-wise, I give it credit, and it was good for gaming. But at the same time, it was taking advantage of parents to me with the whole Battle Pass stuff. It was they didn't care about the game when it was a survival game. They cared about it when it became a Battle Royale because Ninja played it.
I'm going to agree. Definitely, it became popular because somebody big played it and started doing it. And it was a little bit more than Ninja. It wasn't just Ninja.
It wasn't just Ninja, but
it was a few other ones. Like, it just took the streaming world by storm, and everyone got to see it. So I think Epic played that smart.
They did.
Because they paid a lot of people to play it. And that's what it came down to. But I'm going to say, like, I played it. It's a very fun game to play with friends.
Yeah.
Not by yourself.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
No.
With friends.
You need friends.
Yeah. That's a game that I could sit there and play for a few hours with friends and have a lot of fun with it. It's a fun game. The thing that you guys got to remember is we're very serious gamers.
Yeah.
Very, very serious gamers. This game is not for that type of...
I definitely agree. It's for the like my kid, your son, our sons love it.
Yep.
This is their era, so I get it. I get it.
And now they have something to look forward to, like, oh, I want to get this, oh, I'm going to get this. So they found that niche for that crowd, and now these kids are going to grow up with it. But as they hit a certain age, like Van grew out of it. He doesn't want to play Fortnite anymore. Now he's into the more serious things because it helped him get into, Siege. Actually, Van missed this generation, you know what I mean? Like with the Fortnite and stuff. So, like, he was into League. He wanted to play League
already
first.
Past. He was, like, after the edge a little bit.
Yeah. So, but he did get into Fortnite a little bit, and then he just got sick of it, and then he hopped right into Siege. So with him, though, too, I've noticed other kids starting to come in the lounge, like, for birthday parties, and they're starting to get out of that Fortnite. I'm like, oh, you guys, let me guess, Fortnite, right? And they're like, no, I hate Fortnite. So... you see it. It's out there, but I get it.
Yeah.
It was very impactful, like Dolly said. It was very, very impactful.
Eventually, Fortnite's going to fall off like every other game pretty much. Eventually.
I don't know if I can say that
Every time I think that, Kyle, they do something crazy like anytime a movie's coming out, so all the movies coming out this year, right? This year doesn't have a lot of Marvel or DC type movies, but they get promotions for movies like John Wick, and that right when that stuff like that happens, oh, guess what, guys? You can get the John Wick character. People hop back on Avengers. You know what I mean?
Listen, I understand that. They're pumping a lot of promotion into this. I totally get it. I understand. But here's the thing: we have a next gen coming up.
Yeah.
We're about to get into a new generation. Eventually, this game is going to fall off. Because that we're moving into a next generation. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to make another one because I obviously think they're going to make
Fortnite 2.
But
they're
that's
going
like
to
saying
make Fortnite 2. That is blatantly going to happen eventually. Fortnite 2 is going to be a thing.
You know something? Wait, hold on. Saying that, I do have a counter to that. People said the same thing about Minecraft.
That is true.
People said there has to be a Minecraft 2. It has to be a Minecraft 2. Look at what Minecraft did. It was never a Minecraft 2.
That's a good point because Minecraft has been one of them games since it came out. This game's going to be done.
Yeah.
And Minecraft
No, but it's not even the done part. Just saying there's going to be a sequel. They got to come with it.
Yeah.
They never came out with a sequel. Now, yes, they came out with like story mode. It's a separate game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people play that for a little while and come back to Minecraft. I've seen grown adults still playing Minecraft. People still come in here and be like, hey, do you have Minecraft? Like, Minecraft is still not even just big. Not as big as it used to be, obviously. Nothing's going to stay that hot for that long. Especially something like that in the gaming world. But doesn't mean that it can't be the first one. So will Fortnite be that first game? Rocket League. Everyone's saying there's got to be a sequel to Rocket League. Rocket League's been out longer than Fortnite, I believe, right?
Battle Royale Fortnite, yes. But
Battle Royale Fortnite? Yeah.
No, not even. Regular Fortnite.
I don't know. Cause
I can remember Fortnite.
Regular Fortnite, I think, came out in 2014.
I can remember League of Legends. Not League of Legends, sorry. Rocket League before I opened the lounge. Fortnite wasn't out yet.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you're right. Because I remember actually trying to get you into Fortnite before it became the Battle Royale. I remember when I bought the like $45 version, I was trying to get you in. That was at your other spot. And I think Rocket League, we were actually playing. Yeah, because we were playing Rocket League at your other spot. Yeah. So yeah, probably same thing. Around there.
I'd like to see those numbers. I know Kyle's looking them up. So
I know Rocket League's nowhere as popular as
Ooh. See, commercially.
Commercially.
But
that's what I mean by Fortnite. It's all commercial.
So the thing about gaming, right? That is killer is people see it commercial. So that's like music, right? Eminem's a bad example because Eminem is a little bit of both. Tech Nine commercially. Nobody knows who Tech Nine is. Tech Nine is the #1 profitable rapper of all time. Of all time. Nobody makes more money than Tech Nine. No rapper. Even Jay-Z. But that has a lot to do with him owning his own shit. But his stadiums sell out. Like, and he performs at big places. Like, Tech Nine is a monster and very well popular. So Tech Nine is kind of like that Rocket League in that sense. Rocket League is huge. There's championships after championships after championships. There's college championships. There's high school championships. There's tons of championships. Fortnite, there's tournaments, but it's different because it's a different style, the Battle Royale.
Fortnite got the cameras to follow them.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's very, very true.
So, yeah.
All right. I'm just going to say the last thing because I want to move on from Fortnite.
Yep. True. I knew that specific name was going to get us stuck for a while.
I feel like Fortnite. I know what you're saying with Minecraft. Like people thought they needed a sequel to Minecraft and they didn't. But the difference between Minecraft and Fortnite is that Minecraft is a completely different game compared to Fortnite. That's another shooter.
It's a builder's game. That's why it's like literally a builder's
Minecraft
game.
is a builder's game. You could play that game for ages and ages.
I get it, and that is a
different thing.
That is very true.
Fortnite it's a shooter, but you're playing the same mode over and over again. Now, granted, people love the same mode over and over and over and over again, apparently, but it's still a shooter, and eventually, it's going to. Because you see, like you said, man, you see kids that are like, nah, I don't want to play Fortnite anymore because eventually it's gonna teeter off and fall off. Now, in the streaming community, it's still very popular because the popular people are still playing it. But the second the popular people stop playing the
game is no longer. It's the next thing. It's what's gonna be next.
Right. It's gonna be the next thing, and that's my thing. Is like. The second the popular streamers stop playing Fortnite is when it'll start tipping and fall off, in my opinion. Minecraft will never fall off because it's a builder's game and so many people can play.
They actually
grandmother can play Minecraft.
They actually have the new thing coming to Minecraft, by the way, too. The whole new game style, the dungeons joint.
Oh, that's going to be insane. That's going to be insane. Yeah. But so to speak on that, though, Kyle, streamers are – this is the last thought on it. Streamers are afraid to get off it. because they don't want to see their views get hit.
Yeah, that is true.
They're afraid to.
Think about it, Kyle.
Only way Ninja's going to get off is when the new Halo comes out, and we'll see how long that lasts.
But that's the thing.
Because
like,
Dr. Disrespect
Ninja,
got off it and went back.
I disagree only because there are so many other games that they play. Like Ninja plays Modern Warfare, Shroud plays Modern Warfare. Like all these popular streamers. You agree 100% with Van on that? Cool. Screw you, dude. Go ahead, Van.
No, I was saying, like, I agree with you because they do other games, but they all come back to Fortnite. Like, they all come back to Fortnite, and they do both. No one's ever going to get rid of Fortnite. Anyone that streams Fortnite right now will never get rid of Fortnite completely.
They'll always find
you know why? Because the media market that's paying attention is watching that game. It's watching that game. Yeah. So that's why they're going to keep doing it. And the people have tried to steer away from it. They've tried to, and then people will stop watching
You almost get held to that standard.
Because there's so many people doing it.
Yeah,
there's so many people, so they can go watch Joe Schmo. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to watch you. I want to see. And then what do? They drop a new skin.
Yeah.
They drop a new skin, and it's Epic. They know how to play the game, and that is what's screwing everybody because Epic will drop something brand new. They did a deal with Star Wars. That nobody was gonna stop streaming Fortnite if they did Star Wars.
Yep.
Like now we have to do this. So like, God damn you, Epic.
It's almost like Epic knows what you're known for. You're gonna keep coming back to us. It's like a drug. Like it's like they know when the fans start dying down. What do? Fortnite Chapter 2. And then even with Fortnite Chapter 2, a lot of fans started fading out a little bit. But what they do had the actual director of the Star Wars movie come on for a special event and give people what everybody in the world loves, even if you don't like Star Wars, lightsabers. And everybody was like, I need a lightsaber. So everybody went on. They had special promotions. So like I said, I'm half and half with this. Personally, I don't want to see no game fail, but I want people to realize the other great things out there. I want people to understand there's other battle royales, there's other shooters, there's other things. Like Modern Warfare is doing really good right now. The best Call of Duty's has ever done right now, actually. That's a great sign. But like Van said, if Ninja tries to go over to Modern Warfare, guess what people are gonna say? You're good at this, but you're better at Fortnite. I have more fun watching you at Fortnite. That's the issue. That's always going to linger with freaking Fortnite.
All right. I would love to retort on the stuff that Dwoley said, but honestly, I'm moving on.
We have to.
Yeah, sorry, Dwoley.
Because if I say anything else, it's going to start another thing. So number 12.
We're only at fucking 12. We got to power through these.
Right. Just remember, it didn't make top 10. Number 12. Andre will like this one. Cuphead.
I'm with that. When I see Cuphead,
so many things.
Yeah.
So many things. So go ahead. So many things.
Yeah. When I seen Cuphead, I was just like, when I first seen the list, I couldn't believe I didn't have it on my list. And then when you were like Cuphead, I was like, oh wow, I'm crazy. First off, I love any side scrollers. Second off, I love platformers. Third off, the art style. Fourth off, I mean, Cuphead was perfection. Cuphead was a perfected game.
Fantastic.
Then it comes to Switch to make it better. I mean,
it was everything that we were hoping it was going to be.
Yeah. Even though it took long, there was a lot of delays and a lot of holdouts. Cuphead ended up being and there's DLC coming out, Kyle, which I know you can't wait for.
Anytime today with that DLC.
What is it, the Chalice?
Yes, the Chalice, the freaking Chalice. That thing's got teased 2 years ago. Anytime today.
Don't worry, it will be worth it.
But just remember, when the initial release of Cuphead was coming, that took like freaking 5 years?
Yeah.
It took forever on it. We distinctly remember the E3 that we all watched together, and they showed Cuphead and they showed a release day, and we all like hugged each other. It was like, finally, they got a release date. Oh, so many years of blah blah blah, and it finally came out. I mean, this game put the side-scrolling shooter, the shoot-'em-up genre, back on the map.
Yeah.
This game was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like,
you got a lot of viewers for this, Kyle.
Original Contra and Super C were amazing, and this game is right up there, maybe a little better.
Kyle, you got a lot of viewers from this. I remember logging into your mixer a few times, and seeing people watch you play that joint on Encore, man.
Cuphead gave me the old jump start. Honestly, like that was huge.
Wow.
That was huge. Like what I did first stream, like that was huge for me. You know, I got to get back on stream, but which next week I am just promoting. Sorry. Next week I start Pokemon. But yeah, Cuphead, amazing game, amazing art. Love it. Can't wait for the DLC.
Yeah.
Sick game. I love it. And number 11. This one's a very painful one for me because I just don't like this franchise.
I'm in the same boat. Listen, Kyle. I'm in the same boat with you. The same boat.
Number 11 is GTA 5.
It has to be in there. It has GTA. If we didn't have this in our list, people would probably judge us.
No, but you know what though? I'm not. I've been out of the GTA game since Vice City. Vice City was my favorite. I tried San Andreas. I liked it. It was a lot of stuff, but Andrew, my boy, he would say that that's probably his favorite GTA game.
I'm with him on that. I like San Andreas.
And they did include a lot, but I loved Vice City for so many other reasons.
City's my number 2.
Yeah, Vice City I loved for so many other reasons, all the hours I dedicated into it. But Grand Theft Auto 5 is everything you need in a open world sandbox game plus more. Yeah. And when they opened up the online, it was the number 1 online multiplayer game. Yeah. It beat out Fortnite. It was huge. The reason why it's not as commercial as Fortnite by itself is the rating. The rating system. No way video games would ever promote or YouTubers would promote that game. There are streamers that do promote the game, but those are adult-only content.
Yeah.
And guess where their things capped off? It's just what it is. It's a different market. So GTA 5, man, for that game to still be going strong as like one of the number 1 online games
of all time.
That's incredible.
Of all time.
And I love Grand Theft Auto. I just didn't get the chance to really get into this one, and that's just due with time. It would suck up my life. Final Fantasy 7, fuck everybody. I'm playing the fuck out of that game. Fuck life. Fuck a job. Fuck everything. But not for Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm sorry. But Grand Theft Auto 5 as a game is incredible. I played it. I love the controls. It took everything and made it better. Like, I'm excited to see what they're going to do for Grand Theft Auto 6 because they're already talking about it. So
they are. Also, the one thing that really takes this over the top with GTA 5, forget the longevity of it, which is just an accomplishment by itself, but G-Type.
Yeah.
GTA RP has taken this thing to a whole nother level.
The casino thing?
It has what?
Did you say in the casino thing?
The what? The casino?
Yeah.
No. GTA RP.
Oh.
Like GTA roleplay. You know what that is, right? Van?
You talking about like the role play that's in GT.
Oh. Trying to figure it.
Yeah, I was like, you do know it, right? But yeah, that's been huge.
Yeah.
In the streaming community. Mm-hmm. Me and Dwally have a buddy that was like barely, like just like kind of got to 10,000 followers on Twitch. The second he started GTA RP, he's now, I believe last time I checked, he was like at 115,000.
I think we talked about that because it was something that we were considering doing.
Which, he joined this server. It got stupidly popular again, and he jumped. Oh yeah, Joey. Yeah, Joey, our boy Space Boy, freaking jumped from like 10,000 to 115,000 followers since he started.
Yep, that's what we were talking about. Yeah,
DTRP. It's that has taken a whole nother level
I didn't know it until you told me about it.
Yeah, I like when. Yeah, our boy. Like I really didn't know about it until our buddy started doing it, and then like I saw, I was like, oh. Which actually, I'm not gonna lie, like I would much rather watch GTA RP than Fortnite. Like it's not even close.
Yeah.
Like if you develop a really good character for GTA RP, you will suck me in 2 seconds. Like our buddy has made like such a really good character. It's unbelievable. Yeah, Bully right there. He literally moved out to LA and bought a home because of GTA RP. He's best friends with Andy Milonakis.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But, yeah, me and Dwelly are very proud of him. Like, he's done so... That dude worked so hard to get to where he's at, so we're so proud of him.
Good. Number 10.
We are out of the bottom 10, and we're now in the top
10.
I'm excited to talk about this.
Number 10, quite possibly.
No. I'm gonna say it for you. Can I say it for you? Because you're afraid to say it.
Yeah, because this is more your game. I love it.
You're afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
Save it.
Go at
the best fighting game of all times.
Yeah.
The best fighting game of all time. And the reason why I say that is it perfected a lot of the problems that the game used to have. It listened to a lot of its players, even though it refused to allow itself to be an esport, encouraged it in this one by a lot of the modes that they added, and endorsed a lot of the top Smash players and really listened to a lot of people when they put this game. And you can tell it takes a lot of thought. They took all the characters, all Smash game, and put it in there. And not just that, they've been listening to a lot of the players and a lot of the people that want certain characters. Banjo-Kazooie, they finally put Banjo-Kazooie in. You know what I mean? Like, the mechanics of the game are extremely fun. People that are bad at the game still enjoy the game. People that are good in the game still enjoy the game. It's just, it's the best all-around fighting game. And it is, Smash has always been fun to watch, and it's even better now.
Yeah.
Even better now. I just, so happy with what they did with this game. And seeing it grow from where it was to what it is now, I'm so happy, and players are just enjoying it more. And just when people thought, hey, wow, Smash is really kind of losing its crowd a little bit, they come out with this and just blew everybody away. So I think that's what made it very well deserved. For it to be the best fighting game of all time, I think it definitely deserved to be in the top 10.
Smash is the best fighting
Just to clarify, by the way, guys, it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, not Wii U.
Yeah, please. Get out of here with that.
It's the best fighting game of all time. I don't have nothing else to say besides I agree 100% with Van. It's the best fighting game of all time.
And I'm bad at Smash, and I'm saying that.
Me too, but it's the best fighting game.
But I feel good. I feel good in this Smash.
Honestly, I don't give a shit how bad or good I am at Smash. Because even if I'm not gonna say I'm terrible at Smash, but I ain't nowhere near like the players that go to freaking PCG to play. Obviously,
the other reason I quit, Kyle.
But that don't mean I don't love playing that freaking game. That game's freaking dope.
The other reason I quit, the people at PCG made me quit. It's okay.
They didn't make me quit though. Like they didn't make me quit.
I'll play for fun.
I love Smash.
I'll play for fun. Like I've come here and played.
I enjoy playing with these guys so much. I've learned so much. I definitely feel I'm a better player than I ever was because of these guys. So now I can play a game and actually understand what I'm doing. I may not be able to do everything that these guys can do at all. I may be able to do a couple of the things that these guys can do, but I enjoy watching it and I fully understand the game.
I just
understand the game.
I just say I'm that old man now that says back in my days I had 007 and
when the original.
You watched the 007 video, right, with the dad?
Yeah.
He's like, oh. The kid didn't even want to play. He put the controller. He's like, you need to pick that controller back.
I felt him, man. Once you heard that theme music.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, it's the best fighting game of all time. I don't even think it's
Any comments from you, Kyle?
I freaking love the game.
Mm-hmm.
I love that every character is in it.
Mm-hmm.
The DLC has been nothing but spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one. And it's actually only gotten better. We started with Joker. Amazing character. Went to Hero. Different character. Right there with Joker. I'm not going to say he was better, but right there with Joker as a good character. Then Banjo and Kazooie came out, and good God, they're amazing.
It was a wrap once Banjo came out.
And, well, I thought it was a wrap. And I was like, damn, Banjo-Kazooie come out, it's a wrap. No, then freaking Terry Bogard comes out. And Terry blows everybody away.
And next is Dante from Devil May Cry.
God damn it if that happens.
And Crash Bandicoot.
I'll cry.
And Crash Bandicoot, that's it.
I think, all right. All right, Andre. Actually, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Which one, Crash or Dante, more?
Next,
Next.
Dante.
What do you think is more possible?
Dante. Because the creator said that whole thing with when we start getting when they asked him about Dante being in Smash, and he said, right now we need to focus on getting Devil May Cry games on the Switch before focusing on getting them in the game. Well, guess what? There's games on the Switch now, so.
True. Very true.
I stopped guessing a long time ago, so I'm.
Yeah, I don't guess anymore because literally all my favorite characters are in it. So pretty much anything that's added, I'm just like.
I just wait for them to drop
sign
some
me
kind
up.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm done. I'm sick of stressing myself out over the guessing.
Oh, there's no point. We just get excited.
Yeah. We throw some guesses out there, but
I don't care as long as it's a good one. So Smash Ultimate number 10, number 9. Very interesting one. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Smash should have been higher than this, but yeah.
Listen, point system.
I know, but yeah.
Listen, Hellblade, first of all, indie game.
Mm-hmm.
So just how great indie games have become.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, amazing story on how they told, dealing with depression and stuff like that. It was very well done. I had, actually, our boy we were just talking about, played that game all the way through. By the end of the game, when he saw the ending, was crying at the end of the game. It's a deep story.
Yes.
It's a very deep story.
Yes.
Coming from an indie game, and now it's a big studio for Microsoft, and to be the sequel to be the first game revealed.
That was big, man.
For the Series X.
Before freaking
just
Halo.
Shows you how important Hellblade is.
Yeah.
Has become in this decade. Plus, it's also on the Switch as well.
And no other game's done what Hellblade did. No other game played with the emotions of dealing with mental illness, dealing with those type of things going on in your mind, and the bipolar and all that. No other game has done that before. Yeah, it was just a masterpiece. So I think it should definitely be on this list. I would just put Smash over it. But I, like you said, Kyle, I didn't think about that until you said it. The fact that Microsoft's big focus for their next-gen console is Hellblade 2, and it was an indie game, that's crazy.
That's huge. Van, any thoughts?
You guys said it all.
You
literally said it all. I'm just going to be repeating everything you guys said. The story was phenomenal. The graphics were phenomenal. The emotion that went through the game, not just being told, but like through the gameplay, through the music, just everything in it was absolutely phenomenal. It wasn't about the action in the game; it was about everything else. And it's a very deep, strong, emotional game, and you don't get that too often. You get games that you just play and you're good and you move on. It was probably one of the most emotional games to play. That's what made me love Last of Us. That's what made me love God of War. Yeah. God of War brings that anger, like that man, like you feel like a man playing it. You know what I mean? You're just like, it's just pure, like, ugh. Last of Us is that urgency, like, oh my God, what's going on, like high alert, this is crazy. And then this just brought that emotion of like trying to understand and feel what she's going through, and it's just trying to understand how she feels and everything. Like, it's crazy. And this one just looks this next one coming out looks just as emotional.
I agree.
Couldn't say no better.
I agree. So, that's number 9. Number 8. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Should be lower, but it should be on this list.
Should be lower.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a point system, by the way.
I know. It's not. Listen. I'm not blaming this on you. You're going by points. I would definitely have Skyrim on this list, but I would even have games like Sekiro and Devil May Cry higher than Skyrim. But popularity-wise and what the impact was and what it is, and I'm all about. That's why I love Final Fantasy so much. 15. I'm all about game changers, and this was a game changer, so I understand it. Yeah, Skyrim's a great thing, but I would still have Smash over Skyrim.
Very deep game. Everyone talks about it. Everyone references it.
People are crying for the next one.
Yeah, very large game. Wasn't my cup of tea, but I get it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, but let's put it this way: it has the GTA effect with it.
Yeah.
It's had such great longevity.
Mm-hmm.
The modifications that you can do with it, because this is the second Bethesda game that's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda knows how to work their mods.
They definitely do. I give them that.
It's a hugely popular game. Numerous memes have been made with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Not that all the other games did, but
We should power through this list because we are getting close to 8.
yep, we will. So Skyrim is number 8.
Yep.
Goddamn Fortnite took up all our time. Number 7.
Overwatch. Great first-person game. Made a league out of it. Characters are fun. Now they're coming out Overwatch 2. I just think definitely putting a footprint for first-person shooters in a different light.
It belongs there. It belongs exactly where it's at. I wouldn't go no higher. I wouldn't go no lower. I would say it's a perfect spot.
Hugely popular.
Yep. Surprised the hell out of me when I played it.
Oh, I agree. It got
this one, no
hyped
fruit
like
fly.
prior to its release, especially at PAXs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, made a league out of it. Second one's coming out with a story mode finally.
Yep.
Unbelievable first person. Probably the best first person shooter. It might be best first person shooter of the decade, but
Yeah, that's true.
that was number 7. Number 6, Horizon Zero Dawn.
All I gotta say is, at one point in time, I don't even think I said this to you. I said it to Kyle. Horizon could be single-handedly the reason why they made a new God of War.
I think so.
God of War, because Horizon, they were starting to say, could this be PlayStation's franchise game?
Yeah.
Could this be the symbol of PlayStation? And God of War said, nope. We need to make a new God of War. We need to make a new God of War.
You never told me that before, but I agree 200% with that. I think that was, when they seen that, was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. When this game came out, I was like, this could be better than the God of War franchise. This could make you now put God of War, like how they did, like how some kids are trying to put Michael Jordan on the shelf for LeBron James or whatever. Get out of here with that. But that's what people could be doing with God of War, like, because I know I felt that way. I was like, ooh, oh man, God of War. This is the new God of War. This is the game that we're gonna see over and over again. God was like, nope.
Kratos is still alive.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did though. I'm glad they did. But I could be way off. They could have just said, no, it's time to make a new game. But that my opinion is I think they're the reason why. So fantastic game all around.
Still have to play it, but it looks amazing.
Yeah. Took Lion King story.
All right, we're getting into the nitty gritty, boys.
Nitty-nit.
This is gonna get very controversial now. Number 5.
Nah, this
is The Witcher 3.
I mean, come on, they made a Netflix series. Like, what more do you have to say?
Witcher 3 should be to a
Dude, didn't that hit the mark the fastest for greatest hits?
I think so.
It was the fastest greatest hits, I think.
It's up there with Breath of the Wild. This should be number 1 or 2. Witcher 3 was.
I don't think it should be 1 or 2.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I think it's good, but
let me tell you something. Y'all are talking about a game that, alongside Breath of the Wild, and some other few games, had the highest ratings of all time for a game. This game did it before Breath of the Wild. This game did it before some of these other ones y'all about to name. Witcher 3, first off, Witcher 3 was so good, people forgot about 1 and 2. People forgot there was a Witcher 1 and 2. You know how many people skip Witcher 1, skip Witcher 2, and just play 3? Do you know how many people watch the Netflix series and be like, they took that from Witcher 3, and they're not even referencing 1 and 2?
Mm-hmm.
Witcher 3 has the highest ratings. It had the most nominees and the most awards, alongside Breath of the Wild, of all time. Witcher 3, you're talking someone that beat Breath of the Wild, Witcher 3, all these names y'all going down here, I beat every single one of these games. And I am telling you, Witcher 3 every YouTube review I've seen, everything that did what we're doing right now, all of them have Witcher 3 in there, either their number one or their number two. No, it's always either the one that we have number one or Witcher. Nothing else has been different. There's no way this game should be lower than Odyssey. There's no way this game. I can't really speak on it because other games to say. But Witcher 3 is a top 3 game, possibly of all time. If you have Breath of the Wild on this, there's no way Witcher shouldn't be under or above it. It's literally the most open world filled game ever. Zelda creators, hold up. The Zelda creators said he got ideas from this for Breath of the Wild. Are you kidding me? Witcher 3, do y'all understand? Look at Witcher 3's awards. Go look at Witcher 3's awards and come back to me.
I'm not disagreeing, but the problem I have, though, with Witcher 3 is that a lot of people, and maybe this is just me being whatever with Zelda, and I understand they may have taken ideas from Witcher 3, which is fine, because everybody takes ideas from everybody. We've known that for ages and ages. I've had people come up to me and say Witcher 3 is just a better version of Breath of the Wild, and I'm just going to say this in my opinion. Breath of the Wild is a totally different game than Witcher 3 is.
It is. It is.
Like, Breath of the Wild, I'm not, we'll get to it in a minute, but anyway, but they're two totally different games. Witcher 3 is a way more story-based game than Breath of the Wild is, whereas Breath of the Wild is more action, which, I mean, it's kind of pick your poison at that point.
But I don't know about that. I don't know about action-wise. I don't know about that. Because as far as like,
oh come on, no.
Listen. Witcher 3's story is definitely more story-driven. But you even choose if you want it more story-driven or if you want it more action-wise. Like they give you those type of choices. Like even though there's story there, like I said, the story's so good that it skips 1 and 2 story because 3 is the first time you're making actual choices that matter. Like if there's a wife and she's looking for a husband, if you decide to save him, you can alter the story. If you kill him, the wife's mad at you. She's getting the guards. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying it's better than Breath of the Wild. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that out of this Breath of the Wild and God of War, it has to be with God of War and Breath of the Wild. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing should be above this beside Breath of the Wild and God of War. Mm-hmm. Those are the only arguments that I feel you can make. You're talking about one of the greatest games. Forget the decade. You're talking about of all time. Like Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games of all time, alongside Breath of the Wild and alongside God of War. So that's all I'm saying. It shouldn't be 5. It should be 1, 2, or 3. But you know, like I said, it's a point system, so I get it. But if you look at any other, you can go on Mojo Films, whatever, IGN, all of them. They all have Witcher 3 as number 1 or number 2. All of them. Look it up. It's literally.
No, I understand that, but I will say this with Watch Mojo. The people that were doing the video even said that Breath of the Wild was their personal number 1.
Yeah, I seen it. I watched that one. And that's why I said, if you say Breath of the Wild number 1, I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying Witcher 3 gotta be a top 3. Like, I'm not saying that's to be number 1, but it has to be God of War. If you have God of War as number 1, or if you have Breath of the Wild as number 1, if you have Witcher as number 1, like say for instance us 3, and say if Vince said God of War, you said Breath of the Wild, and I said Witcher, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that them 3 are in the conversation. Them 3 are in that conversation.
I agree. All right, but Witcher 3, nonetheless, controversially, number 5. Number 4 is The Last of Us.
I think The Last of Us had more emotion to it. It had a way more stronger story and it's more solid. I think the reason why I would put that above Witcher is because Witcher's everywhere. Like, it's too open worldish, so the story you could get lost in. Witcher is like Game of Thrones. It's too much going on at once sometimes that you don't follow the main story. So sometimes you forget what's going on and whatever. Last of Us is very lunar. It's a very lunar game. It's not that open world, so you are only focused on that story. And everything about the game, other than the story, the controls were incredible. It wasn't easy. Like, I don't want to say it's Batman where you have control of everything, but it's real. You get shot, you're limping. You know what I mean? You're limping. Witcher, it's like you don't get really hurt. You know what I mean? Like, you're really kind of fighting the same thing.
Definitely a fantasy.
You know, you're not running through Last of Us. There are times that are so hard where, and I'm a go through, like Metal Gear, dude, I made Metal Gear way harder than what it needed to be because I just like to go in the place and start shooting, right? Last of Us is the first game that I was like, there's no way I'm running through these clickers. There's no way I'm running through these clickers. Like, to a point where I'm crawling that I've had people yelling at me while they were watching me. Like, can you get through this air? I'm like, you shut up. Like, they could hear him or something. Like, no game in history ever made me feel like that. When I say I was immersed, Like, my wife watched me play this game like it was a movie. Like, I wasn't allowed to play it unless she was watching because it was like a movie. She's like, this is like a fucking movie.
If you can get your girl to want to watch you play a game, it's already a plus.
It was insane. Like, that game was so good. And if I played it, it'd be like, what happened? What ended up happening? What happened with her? Yeah. It was such a suspenseful game, and the controls, like I said, was fantastic. So that's why I think that's a good place where it's at. We really have to rush through this.
Suspenseful, scary as hell, and quite frankly, probably has the most emotional opening scene of all time.
Yep. Right away, you know how they set the mood.
They set the tone real fast in that game. All right, but Last of Us, number 4. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey.
Y'all know how I feel.
That's my game.
Should have won Game of the Year.
That's my game.
Best Mario game ever.
I think it's the best Mario game ever.
Best Mario game ever. So many things.
I'm so glad we went with the one game per franchise rule.
Yeah.
If we didn't, then Galaxy 2 would easily be on this list.
Yeah. There would have been a few Marios on here.
There would have been a few.
That's true.
Galaxy 2 would have easily been on this list.
I think everything they did was everything you couldn't. We thought you couldn't grow up a Mario anymore, and they did. How can you keep making a game better, the same character better? I don't know.
Odyssey
I think that's self-explanatory.
Odyssey's the best Mario game of all time, so let's leave it at that.
Yep.
Happy is by far the best power-up ever made in the Mario franchise.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm saying that right now.
Agreed.
The environments were amazing.
Yep.
Beautiful landscaping. It surpassed Super Mario 3 for my favorite game, favorite Mario game of all time.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Odyssey deserves to be on the list. Number 2. God of War.
Yep. Kratos is back, baby.
Can't
Not just back in a big way.
He's back.
Yep. They made him Old Man Logan. He came back. He was still strong, had his flaws. And not just that, they made the buddy system flawless.
Probably the best buddy system I've ever seen.
That was the one thing I was definitely concerned about was the buddy system. One thing I wanted to hate. I was calling my kids boy for a long time. This beard is inspired by Kratos. I don't want to get rid of this beard because of Kratos in this God of War. You know what I mean? Like, the God of War is possibly one of my favorite franchise games in all of video game history. I just love him. I love his character. I love his story. I love his origin. I love everything. Greek mythology is one of my favorite myths in the world. Hence, I name all my animals after Greek myths. I love it. It's right up there with the Japanese culture. And for them to take an old game that they haven't made in years. If you guys ever watch the PlayStation Experience, watch the sit down with all these people and how they talk about how it is the most emotional thing. It brought tears in my eyes. And it's just, you see that, then you play the game, you're just like, this is a game that means more than a game to me.
Yeah.
It's more than a game.
I can't argue nothing with God of War. God of War's a movie, man.
Yep.
This was the best God of War ever made.
Yep.
I think by far.
By far.
And for them to do the formula and switch it up and make it work well. Like, my boy, he loves the old hack and slash, and he won't play this one because it doesn't fight like that. I'm like, you're just an idiot that's going to miss out on the greatest game of all time. When literally, God of War is my top 10 game of all time now. Possibly like number 3, number 2. That's how good. This coming from someone that can't stand PlayStation. That's what you call loving the game. Like, it's freaking perfection. That's all I can say about God of War, man.
Amazing story. The connection between Kratos and Atreus is
dope.
Is so good.
Boy.
The hidden ending,
fire.
Awesome as well. Was definitely fire. The abilities that you could do in the game,
fire.
Bosses, as always.
Bosses.
Chains.
Great.
That's all I'm saying.
Cutscenes aren't fucking cutscenes. You don't know what the hell's a cutscene and what.
It's
is...
not a cutscene because they didn't cut to any scenes. Keep going.
It's literally just press X.
It just kept going.
It's just the fight, the beginning intro fight.
Versus Balder. Groundbreaking.
You mean what's his face? Brad Pitt. Tell me that dude don't look like.
More. And I don't want him to play him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Number 2, though, has got to work. And the number 1 game, if you haven't figured it out yet already, of the past decade, The Legend of Zelda.
According to 98% of the world. I think according to 98% of the world.
I would give it to God of War, but I can understand. I do have this in my top 3, but the game is phenomenal.
You know how I feel about Breath of the Wild. Yeah. I gave Breath of the Wild 10. I think it's the number 2 best Zelda game of all time.
I still do think Link to the Past is better.
Well, then in your case, it'll probably be number 3 because I go Ocarina.
Yeah.
And then I go. But Kyle, the hope is.
But it's a fantastic game. I told you my number 1 flaw is the weapons. That single-handedly makes me not want to play that game. The weapons, man. And I've dealt with what games? Tons of games that there's weapon breakage in it, but I think by far Zelda made it the worst mechanic in that game.
But people love it, man.
That's
what people love the most about this game.
I hate it. I will punch a baby. If someone says, "Hey, Van, if you punch a baby, we'll go back and remake the game and we'll take that mechanic out." Line the babies up. They're all getting punched.
Kyle, what have I been telling you about Breath of the Wild for the longest?
I'm a baby puncher.
I'm a baby puncher.
Call me the baby puncher.
BP.
BP. The fucking baby puncher.
Kyle, what have I been telling you about Breath of the Wild? My only issue with it. With Breath of the Wild 2 coming out, I do think that something will finally pass Ocarina. Because I do think they're going to bring music back. And I do believe they're going to bring temples back. I do believe they're going to, if they bring the temple. Kyle, this is all I'm worried about.
Yep.
All I need them to do with Breath of the Wild 2. Bring the music, bring the temples, and Kyle, I know it's a long shot, but if you give us the 2 versions of Link, which they usually do in every single game, whether it be Dark World, Light World, whether it be Wolf Link, whatever Link, whether it be blah, blah, you know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
I hope this reintroduces young Link, adult Link.
I agree. It would be very good. But let's get to the point here. Let me have my moment, all right? This freaking game was the one game of the whole decade that I literally played and never wanted to put it down. I literally had a 6-hour session of Breath of the Wild before I started streaming. 6 hours, sat there and played. The only reason I stopped playing was because it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I knew I had to work in like a few hours. And if I didn't go to bed, I was going to be dead. So I had to stop playing. But that game, overall, like, is it the best Zelda game of all time? No, I think Ocarina of Time is still number 1.
It is.
But this, like I've been saying, was the blueprint to set up for what Zelda is to become.
Yep.
Literally, they took open world. They may have taken some ideas from Witcher, but I'll tell you something right now. They brought it to a whole new level. You literally can go anywhere, do anything. You can, if you want to climb that rock, you can climb that rock. If you want to climb that wall, climb that wall. You can touch anything, do anything in that game. The shrines were very challenging. Some were very challenging. Some just had some action. Some you could think out of the box. They were so good. The shrines were amazing.
Nah.
Characters were good. You don't like the shrines?
Too many. I want the temples back.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I want the temples.
How many times I heard that?
There's a reason.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the amount of shrines. Like I said, my one and only flaw was that weapon break. Kyle, see how I had the complete opposite effect of Kyle. I continuously forced myself to try to play that game. Continuously try to make myself play that game. And there was nothing that was making me want to play that game because every time I start getting into it, my fucking weapon broke. And I'm like, dude, I had so many Dooku sticks, then I couldn't carry anymore, and I'm like, I can't carry enough with me. And then, like, you made the point, well, you can pick up anything and use it. Yeah, like, so I could swing twice and it break on me? Like, it was too much. For me, it was way too much. Way too much.
Do you think they changed that?
Yes. 100% I think they changed that. I think they make it where you can fix it.
I'll be
the one thing I will say with every Zelda game, even Ocarina of Time, is that you have to get out of the beginning phase. Once you are out of the beginning phase...
Ocarina of Time was flawless.
Nah, Ocarina didn't have that.
Was flawless.
When did Ocarina have that?
All right, no.
Flawless.
Because there was some limited stuff in the forest.
I don't know about
Ocarina of Time.
I don't know about
Ocarina of Time and The Link to the Past were two flawless games. And I don't say that often. Flawless.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I get what you're saying. But Ocarina, nah. Oh, like Twilight, yes. Wind Waker, definitely yes. Skyward Sword, definitely yes. But Ocarina, just starting off with a little fairy coming to get you, and you got to crawl through holes. Nah, Ocarina.
Well, only because I've had a lot of people say that to me. They're like, "Oh my god, the beginning."
No, I've heard a lot of people say that too.
Dude, get through the beginning of Ocarina, and the rest is gold. And that's what this is. This is, if you get out of the beginning, it's gold. I didn't have a problem with the beginning. To be honest, like me and Van have the totally opposite perspective on the weapons because there's so many you can freaking pick up. And once you start picking up like the bigger good weapons, you'll get a lot of those and you won't have to worry about like it breaking because, half the time they don't break for forever, but you get really strong weapons regardless of the fact. Some of the freaking action in that game. And then the fact that when you're okay, I know we're over, but like when you're running through a lot of open world games, you can run through like an open field and it's literally just an open field for like miles and miles and miles and miles.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Miles and miles and miles of nothing. This isn't that. You can run for a little while, but eventually you'll run into shit like a Guardian, which happened to me one time. I was just running, I turned a corner, oh shit, and I died like immediately.
Hear that creepy music?
Oh god. The music, I will say this, is it as good as like any of the other Zelda games? I mean, it's a good soundtrack, but it's not distinct.
Yeah. There's not even a theme. I do agree with you on that. There's not even
the only way you can see that it's distinct is if you have the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is good. It's got great music. It's just, it needs to be more distinct. But, just the action in the game is unbelievable. And it's actually a hard game. A hard Zelda game at some point.
No, definitely. I do agree with you.
That's the
especially going too far by accident, you quickly learn.
It's finally a Zelda game that challenges you.
Yeah.
And even like I haven't tried Master Mode yet. I will eventually go to Master Mode, but Master Mode I heard was ridiculously hard.
I heard a lot of people say that too.
That game actually challenged you, and that's what put it over the top for me. Is that we finally have a Zelda game that will challenge you. Now, eventually, you'll get to a point where you'll have like stupid upgrades, and it doesn't get as challenging. But there's still points to that game where it's super challenging. Yeah. And that's what takes it over the top. It's finally a Zelda game that I can play through and actually die, rather than like Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, where I go through the game and not die at all. So. Changed the whole Zelda landscape. It was my game of the year for 2017. I love it. I can't wait for the second one to come out. That's it.
That's it.
So that was our list. That was our top 20 list.
It was a great list.
It was a good solid, yeah.
Just remember, guys, this was due to points.
Yeah, we did a lot of talking. This wasn't like a no-brainer. We did a lot of research. We went through a lot of websites. We looked up a lot of games. We Wikipedia'd the crap. We've crossed out a lot of games. We put some games back on. We took some games out. It was just a lot of thinking. And it's very hard to narrow down 20, but we had to do it for the sake of the show, so that's why we did it.
There are games that are not on this top 20 list that I would easily put on here, like a Celeste.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe a Mass
Effect. Oh, he was fighting for that game on there. He was fighting for that game on there.
I was fighting for Celeste.
I was fighting y'all for Final Fantasy, but I was like, they already got the list.
Yeah, I would like.
All right. we didn't get get to hear your opinion on why Final Fantasy 15 should be up
We don't
there.
have time, but
next week we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Next week we can talk about it a little bit. We could talk about. Why don't we make next show talk about the games that are
honorable mentions?
Yeah, honorable mentions, because we made an honorable mention list and we didn't even talk about it. So why don't we bring up the games that didn't make the list and kind of where they sit in that era of games.
Yep.
So we're out of 2019, people. We're in 2020. Welcome to 2020. We're excited to be here. We think gaming is going to be huge this year. We're going to see the next generation of consoles coming out.
Excited, man.
A great way to kick off another 10 years.
November?
Yep,
November.
November.
For both, you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Yep. PlayStation is going to drop real soon. We'll see that.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to sign before we sign off?
Nah, not really. Just
what an amazing decade.
Yes.
Of video games. Such a turning point in the gaming industry as far as a new gen, as far as innovation with things like the Switch. The indie market just exploded this decade. This was an amazing decade for gaming in general, and it's definitely a huge turning point. Even esports has now become one of the biggest things out there in entertainment by far the most profitable entertainment aspect in the world.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
All right. Well, that's it for us tonight, guys. We will catch you guys next Thursday. We're very excited to start off this year and see what this year brings. So make sure you stay with PCG Live through 2020. Until next week, we'll catch you guys.
Oh, wait. One more thing, quick. I'm sorry.
Nope. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know where you're going, Kyle. 'Cause that's what I was just thinking in my mind. I'm like, we're forgetting something because it's literally next month, and we haven't even talked about it.
Andre, drum roll, please. We are currently 48 days, 13 hours, 42 minutes, and 3 seconds until PAX East 2020.
How many days you said?
48.
48 days.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was doing the math in my head, and I was just like, that doesn't make sense. But no, it does. I was like, we have less days.
All these people that ain't from New England better hope that we don't have a storm, because that's
so far. It's been looking good.
It's been spring.
But that could be scary. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That means it's coming.
Oh, it definitely is coming. And by the way, speaking of PAX, next week, PAX South. So for everybody that's going to PAX South next week, have fun, be safe, enjoy yourselves.
On that note,
San Antonio.
catch you guys next week. Peace.